it is approaching Christmas and I thought it might be fun to do a little video on what we're doing for Christmas this year. We have some traditions that we do year after year as a family, but then there's a few things that we're doing very different this year. So I'm just going to let you in on Christmas at the Kreke house in 2022. Even though we live in a tiny house, we still make room for a little Christmas tree, and our Christmas tree is another tradition. Every ornament is something personal that the kids have gotten, or Jason and I have gotten. We have ornaments from our childhood, and it's just fun to see the collection grow over the years. It was so fun when Jason and I got married. We even, both of our moms had saved ornaments for us growing up. And we discovered that there were a few ornaments that we had identical ornaments, like these letter J's from Avon one year. Our moms had both gotten them for us, so it was just really sweet to put our collections together when we got married. One thing that we have done for years is a Jesse tree devotional. And I mean, this has been years and years ago. I actually, at that time, had gotten a free printable Jesse tree, and I printed it out. This was years ago. Printed it out and colored it. We keep them all in this little green box, and every year I have thought to myself, we could hand stitch some felt into these little pictures and make a pretty felt Jesse tree, and every year I don't. We're probably going on a decade now, but anyway, this is what they look like. They're just these little coloring pictures that we colored and glued on this little like blue cardstock. Basically, it's just what I had on hand when I had a bunch of little kids. Some of them have, you know, held together better than others over the year. This one had a bite taken out of it, looks like. But we just continue to do this. So it came with a little, you can find Jesse trees all over, I'm sure, on the internet, but came with a little 25 days of scriptures that tells the story of Jesus, and then there's one little ornament. There's supposed to be ornaments for each story, and so that's something that we do as a family. Jason will read from the Bible of whatever it tells you to read that day. It's very easy, and then we hang up that little ornament. Now we because I don't have a separate tree to hang these on, we've always just kind of hung them in a string across the wall in different spots. And it's just proof showing you that you don't have to have a complicated or fancy Pinterest-worthy tradition. Kids love it no matter what. Another easy tradition, if you have young kids, is collect some books. So you can go to thrift stores or Thrift Books. It's an app you download on your phone. I love getting books from there. Or just anywhere you see quality Christmas books. Not just Christmas, but anything winter related. I have been stockpiling them for years, and I have a big stash now that I put away with the Christmas decorations, and then I get them out again for the month of December. And it's just fun to have new books come out. It feels like a Christmas present. And then some years I'm really strict with, I keep them all away and in this big bag that the kids can't see, but they're all in this big bag, and they get to reach in and pull out one a day that we read. This year, I was just feeling more laid back, so I just put out like a quarter of my collection at a time in this container. I've got this cute thing at a thrift store, and they're just pulling them out randomly for me to read to them. Traditions do not have to be complicated. They do not have to be expensive. It's just something that you do year after year that the kids can really look forward to and enjoy. We have done the whole gift thing differently in the past than we are currently. That's one big change, especially this year. So in the past, we started a tradition with our kids that was really fun. Each December, every kid got to go on a shopping trip with mom, and we would go often to thrift stores or we'd look for clearance. We did not like to spend a lot of money because we were trying to tell the kids that giving is just about the heart, right? And Christmas is not about getting, it's about giving. So each child would get to go on a shopping trip with mom and buy one gift for each of their siblings. Now, we started this a long time ago before we had almost 10 children, and it has definitely gotten more complicated over the years. So last year, we actually drew names, and the kids got to buy something nicer for that one sibling instead of a lot of little things, one for each sibling. So we've kind of changed that. Well, this year we're doing something totally different. We are not doing Christmas gifts for the kids. We talked it over as a family, and we just talked about how we really have a lot of stuff right now. They've gotten a lot of things this year, and that what we would rather do is something fun as a family. So Grandma and Grandpa joined us on this idea, and instead of doing a bunch of gifts, they are going with us, and we're all going to Branson, Missouri, and we are going to have a lot of fun there. We're going to spend a full day at Silver Dollar City and do some other fun activities while we're there. And that will be the Christmas present this year, is spending Christmas in Branson. So everybody's super excited about it. We're going down right after Christmas because they're not open on Christmas Day, and then spending the beginning of that next week there together. We rented an Airbnb, and we're just really, really pumped about it. But my kids are still going to have something to wake up to Christmas morning because Jason and I have been actually getting extra gifts to put in the stockings. We normally do stockings even though we don't do Santa Claus around here, but it's usually just few little things. And so this year we are giving them more in the stockings than we normally do, just so that they have that fun, opening experience on Christmas morning. So there is another tradition that we have done for years and years. I can't even remember where these traditions began, but again, online so long ago that I'm sorry I don't remember the link. I had found these little tickets that you could print out. They are tickets that say, "All aboard the Christmas Express round trip. Enjoy Christmas lights, hot cocoa, and family fun." And so my kids, they've never seen the Christmas Express movie or anything like that, so they don't associate it with that. But this has been one of their absolute favorite traditions. We printed out coloring sheets saying thank you for showing the meaning of Christmas in your Christmas lights. And the kids spent a couple weeks coloring these until we had a little stack of them. And then one night, when they were getting ready for bed, I stuck these tickets on their pillows. And when they went in to go to sleep, they discovered this ticket, which they didn't know what it was the very first year that we did this. But now every year there is great excitement because it means that instead of going to bed, the van is waiting, the heater's on, we decorate it with Christmas lights, and there is hot cocoa and popcorn inside, and the whole family is going to pile in, and we're going to go drive around the area looking at Christmas lights and sticking our coloring pages in the door of anyone who has anything showing Jesus in their Christmas lights. And it's a highlight of our year. The kids just love it, and so we keep doing it year after year after year. Tonight we are doing one of our favorite traditions. We came to a small local church in the area that does a walk through Bethlehem every year. It's so amazing. We go out in the woods behind the church and you walk through a path, and they reenact the whole story of Jesus' birth, and it's very realistic. I had to kind of warn my little ones ahead of time that there'll be Roman soldiers and robbers and beggars and all these kinds of things. And then at the end there's a reception with cookies and hot chocolate.
Welcome, family. I'm so glad my daughter Ruth was able to find you. Our first stop on the trip to Bethlehem will be just outside the city of Nazareth. I would like to see if I can find my friend Joseph and his wife Mary. Perhaps some of you have heard of him.
Shalom, welcome to Bethlehem.
They think
Because David is here. Wise men, the Messiah, an angel.
this is the market, James.
Come and see all the samples. Best things Bethlehem
Here's
has
another
to
sample
offer.
over here.
Pomegranates and raisins.
You want this one? Oh, that's olives. Do you like olives?
Dates and olives. Baskets.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have a place for such a small and polite family to rest tonight? We have been traveling a very long way.
Unfortunately, no. Because of the census, we are full.
Please, family, come gather around.
John 1:1 says, "In the
family.
beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." It means that Jesus came down out of heaven to be born and to fulfill the 300 prophecies that were in the Old Testament.